everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the Red Door Tavern, man. Every Friday night at the Red Door Tavern, it is Feature Friday, which means you only get the great comics. You only get the good stuff. You don't get any tat, which is just the best part of this comedy show. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So y'all excited to be here? Yeah, I know I'm excited to be here, man. I've been waiting all week to be funny. Because I work with public, and you know what I'm saying? When you work with the public, you just want to have a drink sometimes. Feels so good. All right, so, are you ready to see your first comic of the evening? I know, man. I'm really excited about this comic because she's a good friend of mine, and she's a chick, and there's so few of us in the playing field right now. She is fucking awesome. Please give her lots of love and support, because I may have fed her a little wine before we got here. Yeah, it was an accident. I just left it out on the countertop, and she was just, the next thing I knew, she was lapping it up like a cat. I don't know. It happens. So please, put your hands together and make a lot of noise for my girl, Erin Ledbetter, y'all.
How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I know I'm enjoying my Friday right now. And I respect it when Jenn gets on stage and she introduces me as one of the only other female comics in the area. But at the same time, Jenn is so competitive. I feel like in the middle of the night some night I'm just going to wake up and she's going to be like by the end of my bed with a horse head, like carving it off and just like laying it, like putting it under my sheets and waking up like it's a scene from Godfather or some shit like that. I feel like that could really happen. Well, I love opening when I have absolutely nothing to talk about. It's so much fun. So I'm in the service industry. I work with Jenn at Cafe Strudel, and Cafe Strudel. Y'all know Cafe Strudel is awesome. I think I can do better than. Who was that? Zach, you've never even been there. But anyways, so it's really tough having to deal with the public on a daily basis in a surrounding such as that. When you're serving like, I don't want to say the best brunch food, but that sounds horrible. No, Jenn, don't laugh at that. But dealing with those people, I had this girl today, and she asked me if she could have a Charles bagel, and I told her yes. And I told her what her options were for bagels, and she just stared at me. And like she really didn't understand anything that just came out of my mouth. I was just like, well, this is a bagel, and this is the other bagel that you can choose from. And she just stared at me like she was a newborn child seeing a bagel for the first time. But I just wanted to like grab her head at that point and just squeeze it and just really lock into her mind and release. Sun-dried tomato. That was what you wanted the whole time. Sun-dried tomato. You know, this is why they pay me the big bucks, and I'll be right back with your fresh squeezed OJ. Anyways, I really have no segue into the next thing that I'm going to talk about, but it's just something funny that happened to me recently. I just recently hooked up with this guy not too long ago, and we had intercourse under the influence a couple of times, but we had never had like anything that happened in the daytime. And so I get off work and he comes to my house after I get off work. The sun is still shining brightly through my windows. So we hook up, and this is the first time that we've really ever been around each other sober. So that just made it that much worse. And so he got out of bed and got dressed and, you know, kind of did whatever that little dance is that happens when a guy just had sex and he's putting on his pants at the same time. I don't really know. But anyways, he goes to leave and he reaches in and does the high five. It's just like, you know, good game. And he just stands there and looks at me. He's like, this is awkward. I really don't know what to do right now. Usually I just get drunk and bang you and leave. I'm just like, the door's over there. I mean, you can still just drink and bang me and leave, or not drink. I don't care. And so he goes to leave and gives me a half hug while I'm still laying in bed. And then he just stands there at the door. Door's wide open. And he's just like, I just still don't know what to do. I just feel wrong walking away right now. It feels weird. And I'm just like, leave the money outside the door. Slip the money in the door after you leave. Don't look at me when you're putting the money through the door. Because you gotta have fun. I mean, you really gotta have fun with it, with an awkward situation like that. Jen, how much time do I have left? Where are you?
I'm right here. Tell him another one.
You don't know.
Tell him another one.
Tell him another one. Okay. What I said. What she said. Who's ever seen the show Knight Rider before?
Yes.
Woo! I want to do the theme song, but I feel like it's going to sound way different to me than it is to you.
Do it. I love it.
I feel like that would be really hard to do. I can't beatbox or anything. That's pretty much what it sounds like the whole time. But I would love to have the technology inside of my current car that was in the Knight Rider car. And instead of having Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World be the voice for for my car, I would like to have Ryan Gosling as the GPS voice for my car. That would be fantastic. But I would program him like you can control any GPS system. I would program him so that he was only allowed to say quotes from the Notebook when we were going to do things. And it's just one day I wake up and I get in the car and I say, Ryan, because we're on a first name basis. I say, Ryan, take me to CVS take me to Walgreens to get cigarettes. And he takes me to CVS. And I said, Ryan, why are you fighting me right now? I asked you to take me to Walgreens because it's cheaper, but you took me to CVS because it's closer. And he said, because we fight, Aaron. And that's what we do. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really hard. And we're going to have to work at this every day, but I will work with you on that because you are all that I want. Can you do me a favor? Can you picture your life 30 years from now, 40 years from now? When you think about your future, what do you see? It's like, I see you taking me to CVS to get cigarettes, but I want to go to Walgreens because they're cheaper there, Ryan Gosling. Okay, that's seriously all I got.
Keep it going for Erin Ledbetter, everybody! Isn't she awesome? She's awesome. That Ryan Gosling bit gets me every time. All right. You ready to see your next comic? This next comic is probably the most positive guy I know. He is just like, I can't even explain it. He's just a bright little ray of sunshine. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Please put your hands together and make some noise for my good friend, Zach Kennedy, everybody!
Selling Kirby's. Already heard it. We'll get to that later. How's everybody doing? That was very lackluster. I like it. All right. I don't eat sweets, and everybody always thinks that's really weird. They're like, how do you get through the day? Tequila. That's how I do it. Pick your poison. My name's Zach. I'm single, and I'm talking to you two ladies. And it's not good for anyone involved, me being single, because I'm probably going to hit on you, and that's just not going to end well. It's weird being single just for, like, a plethora of reasons, but, like, I always find, like, single me in, like, really weird situations because, like, I don't have to go home to anybody. Like, I can stay out as late as I want, I can get as fucked up as I want, and that's what leads to those shitty situations. Like, the other night, I got really drunk, and I was talking to some girl at a bar, and we started making out, right? That's a positive night. Like, that just, you get excited about that. You're like, where's it gonna go now? Where's it gonna go now? And I didn't have her number. I had her friend's number. I don't know how that happened, because drunk me doesn't really keep a record of the night. But I remember, like, I'm on my way home. Like, I didn't go home with her, and that's fine. I'm on my way home, and I just get a text from the friend, and it's just an address. Now, I don't remember getting this text because I was that drunk. Don't drink and drive, guys. I don't remember getting that text, but drunk me was smart enough to question that situation. Drunk me responded with a question mark. And that's it. That was the end of the conversation. I wake up the next morning. I see that I called someone, and so I called them back. I go, hey, I called you pretty late. What was going on? And she just goes, you told me a really weird story. Oh, boy. I go, what did I tell you? She's like, well, you told me some girl sent you the address and that you weren't interested in that girl but her friend. I'm like, I remember that. And she said that you should respond with a question mark. I was like, I remember that, kinda. And she's like, and then you went to the address. So close to making the right decision. Drunk me, come on, get your shit together. That's not the worst part. Apparently, I got there, and there was a big-ass angry dude, and I just left, which was, like, the correct decision at the time, but Life, guys. Single life, hashtag. Yeah, that was ridiculous. My ex actually called me a couple days ago, and it really fucked with my head, because we haven't talked in months, right? Like, we didn't end on a good terms. And so, like seeing her number, I didn't even recognize it at first. And then when I did, it was too late. She already hung up. She stopped the call prematurely. So maybe it was on accident. But I didn't know, and so it was fucking with my head the whole day. And I started thinking about her a lot, and I started thinking about our relationship. And so, I was like, I'm gonna see how she was doing. So I went on Twitter because it's the only thing she hasn't blocked me on yet. And the difference between Facebook and Twitter is Facebook is like where you go if you really want to see what's going on in someone's life, and Twitter is where you go if you just want to see what they didn't want a response about. And her latest tweet was, and this is really when I realized why we broke up and why it was a good thing for me. Her latest tweet was, I thought I was a really good gift giver. Now I'm questioning everything. Oh, okay, now I remember. Yeah, you're irrational and crazy. Okay. Boom. All right. We do comedy all around town. Like we do it in Art Bar. We do it here a lot. I think there's something at Foxfields. Don't go to that. It's on a Sunday. You have better things. Walking Dead. But Tuesdays we do first and third Tuesday of every month we do Art Bar. And I texted my buddy Wayne. You're gonna see him later. I just sent him one text. It just said, food, question mark. And he responds back, wig. No period, because he's not punctual. And I respond back, word, period, because I am punctual. And it was a given. It was like, we're gonna meet at the Wig for food. And so, if you've ever been to the Wig on a Tuesday, it's crowded as fuck. There's nowhere to park for like 3 blocks. So I'm 3 blocks away parking, and I'm walking to the excuse me. I'm walking to the Wig, and I saw one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. I'm walking to the Wig, and there's one of those public safety officers. They don't carry like a gun. They have like Walmart mace and like a flashlight, and they ride around those like scooters. But there's like two places to put your feet, and it's motorized because it's not like a Segway. It's hard to explain. Anyway, he's on one of those things. And he's got his flashlight like taped to the top of his scooter like a spotlight. And he's following this guy. He's like a 5'11" black guy, and he's got a hoodie on. He's got the hood up, and the guy's just walking with his hands in his pockets. And the public safety officer is like 3 yards back with a spotlight on this guy's feet. And he has a walkie-talkie, and the first thing I hear is pursuing suspect. Suspect is, I don't know the street name. Suspect is on the street, about 3 yards behind him. I'm gonna pursue. And the guy's just walking, just like calm, like he didn't do anything. I'm assuming he did something illegal for the public safety officer to be following him. And then the public safety officer kept he'd get close and then he'd stop. And then if he got out of the spotlight, he would go up a little bit more to keep him in the spotlight. Like he was gonna lose the guy. And they were the only two on the street other than me, who was like a little bit behind. And the guy kept looking back like, why the fuck is this guy following me? And I guess he got pissed off at this because he just goes, well, fuck it. And he walks across the street. And I heard the greatest thing ever. The public safety officer gets on the walkie-talkie, goes, suspect crossed the street, cannot pursue. Cannot pursue, cannot go over the hump, cannot do this, need backup. He didn't say all that, but I imagine that was going through his head. And I thought, like, I just kept walking. Like, that's the end of the story. There is no good ending, just like life. But it just blows my mind that he got on the walkie-talkie. Like, he had that thought, and he was like, that's a good thought. Yeah, I can't follow him. I can't get off this Segway. I can't get off this thing and just, cross the street with my flashlight. You guys are going to have to pick this one up. The highlight of his day. The suspect that got away. That story is ridiculous and true. I was thinking, I was riding around. I work for Kirby, and I'm a manager there. And I have 3 people who ride around with me, and they clean people's homes and hopefully sell Kirby's. But I was talking to them on the field today because I like to tell stories about my life, make them laugh, get them positive. And I was telling them about this one road trip I took with Wayne Cousins and Camilo Potes. We did a show Monday, and then we did a show Tuesday in Greenville, and then we did a show Wednesday in Asheville. And it was really fun, and we got really fucked up every night. And the Wednesday night, we were in Asheville. We all did it. We all did a set. We did pretty well. And as a comedian, sometimes you do really good and people buy you drinks. And so there was this one guy, after, hours of being there, we're already wasted. This one guy comes up, he was like, you're really funny, can I buy you a drink? I was like, hell yeah, I love free stuff. And so he orders whiskey, which is not what I was drinking, and not what I'm used to drinking. And we had two whiskey drinks, and we walked outside. I was like, man, I gotta smoke a cigarette. So I walk outside. I'm with my girlfriend at the time, so I'm not really interested in, really talking to any females, but these 2 girls come out. I'm like, hey, Camilla and Wayne would love to talk to these attractive girls. So I go, hey, you guys should stay and hang out. A comedy show just got over. You guys probably watched it. We're all hanging out. We're having fun. You guys should hang out and talk to us. And they go, oh, no, thank you. We're going to go home. I said, okay, you guys have a good night. The guy who bought me the whiskey drinks was apparently way more drunk than me. And he goes, they don't want the dick. And one of the girls did not like that. She turns around and she looks at me. She looks at me. She goes, what did you just say? I didn't say anything. That was that guy. I didn't. I'm drunk. I'm like perfect drunk. I'm just, him. It was, I didn't, no. And she gets in my face and she's yelling at me, what did you just say? It was him. What did you just say? I swear to God it was him. What did you just say? I don't know what to tell you. And finally, like, her other friend, like, talks her down. She's like, he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. I was like, you're right. And she walks away, which is great. And Wayne comes out, like, right at the end of this, and he goes, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, she was really mad because she thought I said something that he said. Wayne goes, what'd she say? He said, and I said it at his volume because I was drunk, they don't want the dick! They're across the street! They're across the street! Girl hears me! She turns around, just slings her pocketbook at her fucking friend. Like, hold my pocketbook! Full sprint towards me. I'm smoking a cigarette, hold my drink, go. Wayne, hold the cigarette. Wayne, hold the cigarette, I'm gonna need this in a minute. Man, I'm not holding that cigarette. Dude, can you just fucking hold the cigarette for a second? And he goes, why? It's like, look, some shit's about to, and right then and there, bah! Superman punched my fucking temple. I dropped the cigarette. I spilled most of my drink. My head really hurt. And when I looked up, they were gone. They were fucking punching ninjas. And fucking Camilla walks out with me, like, grab my head. And you think he'd be a concerned friend. No, Camilla walks out and goes, oh, fuck, I missed it. Thanks, Camilla. But the greatest part about that whole experience was the drunk guy who originally said they don't want the dick. I look at him and he just looks back at me. And he goes, fuck, man. Thanks, everybody. I'm Zach Kennedy.
Give it up one more time for Zach Kennedy, everybody. Dude, when you said Segway, that's not right. I saw that guy. I know what you're talking about. It's not a fucking Segway. Segways are cool. Segway, it's got a Segway, right? It's got this little partition thing, and you're kind of like a robot. They're like robot legs. No, this motherfucker was on this trike thing that was like totally exposed, his whole midsection, and the little shorts he was wearing, and he's like put both feet spread like this. He's wrapping around like this. He's got two little feet pads. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to tell y'all, wasn't a damn Segway. You have to see the visual to understand what's going on with that joke. It's true. It's yellow. It's bright yellow. It's so gay. I'm telling you, it takes one to know one. I'm telling you, that thing is gay. We should get one for the Pride Parade. I can see a guy in Speedos just like, Happy Gay Pride, everybody! I'm triking it, bitch. We're going to the beach party later, girl. All right. I don't want to segue after that into this next comment, but I'm just going to. Because he has the coolest last name in the world, and he let us fuck it up for like the first 9 months of knowing him. So please put your hands together and give it up for my boy who is so awesome, Joe Coughlin, everybody! Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? Everybody feeling good? Having a good time? All right, I'll take that. That was a shitty response, but woo! All right, whatever. My name is Joe. I'm just gonna go ahead and start this shit. I get in a lot of fights. It's not my fault. I just say the wrong shit at the wrong time. And I was sitting at the bar one time, and there was these 4 Marines sitting at the table. And I went up, and I was like, hey, you guys are Marines. I bought 5 shots of whiskey. I brought it over there. Gave them all a shot. I had a shot. You guys are Marines? That's badass. My brother's a Marine. He's right there right now. He's in Paris Island right now, so we clink it up, take the shot, everything's great. I go back to the bar. But a minute later, I get ripped away from the bar. All 4 of them are standing there. They're pretty drunk, and the biggest one walks up to me, says, what the fuck makes you think you can take shots with Marines? And I knew he was drunk, and I wasn't pissed off or anything. So it's like, go fuck yourself! And we kicked the shit out of each other. And I lost because there's 4 of them. But anyway, people come up to me all the time and they're like, hey, you former military? Former Marine? Former military? And I was like, no, I'm not, but I must look like a half cup of badass if you think that I was a former Marine, huh? I was sitting there eating cheese sticks, drinking a beer one day, and I was like, why do they always say former? I don't get that part. So, I'm Irish, and if you think that just means I'm a drunken brawler, I'm gonna bash my fucking beer over your head. Cocksuckers. But, I've got a psychiatrist, and, I do have a psychiatrist, and he thinks I have an anger problem. That fucking pisses me off. It's bullshit. But I've got a new job here. I work at the bar here, I'm a bartender. And it's working for my anger problem because, people come up and what I want to say is I am going to take your face and break everything in this bar right now. But usually it just comes out as, you did say ranch, I'm sorry. It's fucking bullshit. I used to work for SCDC Department of Corrections. I was there for a little bit, and then I woke up one day, and I was like, I've got a respectable job with a steady income. Fuck that, right? Who needs that shit? So I quit. Fuck it. We did a roast here earlier of Jenn Snyder, our host, and it was November 1st. It was the day after Halloween. It was like, you have to come dressed up. It was the day after Halloween. I was like, fuck, all right. So I show up for the roast, and I've got this big leather jacket on, there's like ragged ass clothes, and a Halloween mask. And I walk in, Everybody else has suit and ties on. I realized where I fucked up. But I don't like to be embarrassed, so I robbed the fucking place. But anyway, I was in my car and I heard this AdamandEve.com commercial. And it was like, yeah, if you call now, you'll get a sensual gift for her. You're getting a dildo. And an adventurous gift for him. You're getting a dildo. And, anyway, Jen's got this joke where it's all about how she's got all these dildos for people and they come in all different shapes and sizes and everything. And that fucking pissed me off because that's cheating, you know? Like, if you're a lesbian, you can get any dick you want, you know? If you're a guy, you just gotta be like, well, is this your card? I don't know, it's all I fucking got. I like a girl that doesn't like me back. Happens. That wasn't the joke. Motherfucker. That was a sad thing. We got any couples here tonight? Anybody? Couples? People that are in love? Yeah, go fuck yourself. I hate you. We're all happy and stuff. Fuck you. I think exorcisms are funny. You know, you get a call. You get a call and it's like, I think my daughter's going crazy. Just like, God damn it, what? She's like 18. Ryan Gosling didn't accept her friend request or something. She's freaking out. I don't know. She's in her bed, tied down, screaming about cock. What's the address again? Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. You go there, open the door, the goddamn dresser's flying across the room. Son of a bitch! What the fuck? I told you we had to tie her down because she's attacking people. It's not what you said. It's not what you fucking said. Why does the devil always, like, possess little girls? Why doesn't the devil go to the zoo once in a while, you know? Just possess a gorilla. Who the fuck's gonna kill Satan gorilla? Jesus tiger. That's who. You paying attention, Hollywood? Satan gorilla versus Jesus tiger? That could be a box office hit. So I drank a lot. Shut up. But my friends were always like, hey, we think you have a drinking problem. And I'm always like, no! But I'm a nice guy when I'm drunk. I'm a happy drunk, but I'm a fucking bully to future Joe. Drunk Joe doesn't give a fuck about future Joe. Give me tomorrow's lunch money, bitch. No, I need this. No, give it to me, motherfucker. Eat this. That's 15 tacos. That's ridiculous. No, eat it, motherfucker. Okay, I'm sorry. I told all your friends that you think they're an asshole. Why did you do that? I love my friends. Later on, I'm gonna piss in your bed. You're such a dick. Shut the fuck up and go to sleep. I'm gonna go call your ex-girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Give it up for Joe Coughlin, everybody! He's funny as shit. He is. I love that guy. He's like a really nice... What I'm saying is he's the kind of guy you want to be friends with. You know what I mean? Because if there's ever any problem, I'll be like, that big giant guy's my friend. I'm like a little mouse, and he's the big giant, and we're buds, all right? It's like a touching tale. Giant and Dyke. I don't know. But I'm just saying, don't mess with me because you're messing with Joe. All right, one more time for Joe Coughlin, y'all. All right, this next guy. I can't say enough good things about this next guy. He's like my brother from another mother. He's fucking hysterical. Y'all are gonna love him. Please put your hands together and give it up for my boy, Wayne Cousins, y'all.
All right, what's up? Making the space my own for a second, if you will. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, Friday. That's a Friday crowd right there. Y'all having a good time? Give it up for Jenn over here, huh? Yeah, that's cheap clapping right there. I'm getting that shit. I'm taking all the cheap claps I can get tonight, y'all. I'm looking at 2 cameras. What's up to you? What's up to you, my friend? Hope they edit it out. Dude, that one's been talking shit about you over there. What? Down with the gays? What? Come on. Did you hear what he said? Come on, dude. This guy doesn't like you. He does not like you very much. When that's all edited together, that will look wonderful. You see that? Come on. It's like I'm talking to 2 people that aren't really there. They're not really there. Oh, man. Yeah. That's a crowd who wants to have fun right there. That's what I'm talking about. I have to point out you, lady. All right? No disrespect. I love you. You seem like a great person. But when Zach was on stage, you were looking at your phone like right here, right in front of your face. It was hilarious.
We're checking in.
Well, you gotta check in. That's fine. I understand that. But it's like, are you hard of seeing? Is that what it is? It's like, I don't even look at my phone like that normally. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just by myself. It's like I want to go to like an opera and just have a phone right in front of me right here. Yeah, what's going on? Ah, fuck this shit. Playing words with friends and I got clitoris. Clitoris has got to be a great word on Words with Friends, guys. It's got to be a shitload of points. I love you. You're wonderful. I'm just having fun. Just having fun. Oh, man. So I had a weird occurrence recently. I'm at my desk at work and I'm looking down and this little hair keeps catching my sight, right? But it's like around my nose. So I'm like, what's going on here? So it's discomforting. It's disquieting is what it is. Where's this hair coming from, guys? I'm sure you guys ask yourself that every day. Where's it going to, right? Am I friend? All right? Am I talking right? I'm not talking right. Right, my friend? Here we go. So I'm like kind of fidgeting with my nose, like trying to find the hair, just looking at it, not having a mirror, and I cannot find it anywhere. I can't grab it. I can't feel it, guys. It's this one little hair that I can't get. It was totally ruining my Wednesday, all right? So what I did, later on, when I'm at home, I look in the mirror, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to revisit this hair situation. Hopefully get some closure on the whole deal, you know what I mean? So I look, and there is a tiny blonde hair growing out of right here on my nose. What? Hair on the outside of the nose, okay? It's horrifying. I've never even heard of that before. She's got hair somewhere. She didn't want to say it. She didn't want to finish that sentence. It's embarrassing. It's not fun growing old. Yeah, when you grow old, you get hair growing on the outside of your fucking nose, by the way. They didn't mention that in health class. Watch out for hairs on the outer rim of the nose. So today, when I'm shaving, I use an electric shaver. I'm not too classy. I was just like, bzzz, bang, bzzz. Yeah, I had to shave the top of my nose today. I don't want to read your statuses about getting it and living the life, okay? I had to shave the fucking top of my nose. 25, I feel 48. Nothing wrong with being 48, y'all. I just want to say. 48's a great age. That's when you can do your midlife crisis shit. I'm going through the quarter life crisis right now. I tried to grow a beard the other day. Yeah, sad, right? That's what you do when you don't have the money to buy a zippy new Miata, okay? All right, yeah. A lot of beard lovers in the house tonight. I'm feeling it. It's feeling good. Oh, man. That one's still talking shit about you over there. I think he's racist. Both the cameras are black. That's why that joke is funny. For my job, I have to do a lot of telemarketing, you know? A lot of cold calling. Yeah, it sucks balls. It's all old people. Because I sell Medicare insurance. So I go to old women's houses, and they never give me cookies, and I don't know what the point is anymore. But I digress. I have to call these people out of nowhere. And inevitably, by the way, that's the first time I've ever said this word right on stage. Cameras, what's up, y'all? Just having some fun with the cameras, guys. God. Inevitably, you're going to reach somebody that has already died. You know, they passed away. And usually the people are nice about it. They're like, yeah, you know, he passed away a few years ago. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't call back. And they're like, okay, fine. But this one lady, judging by her reaction, it would probably be fair to say that I killed her husband. Like, I was like, did I kill this lady's husband? I don't remember killing anybody's husband, especially not this lady's. Anyway, yeah. So, she was like, she went off on me. She said, y'all just call anybody you want, and you pester everybody, you don't care about nothing. And she just hung up. And it's like, what? Like, I'm behind every call she gets? No, that's not all me, lady. What do you think I do? Just sit there and make up aliases to go by? Just so I can bother you about your dead husband? Although that would be fun. I would be like, hey, yeah, this is Rick. Where's Alvin? And she's like, oh, yeah, yeah, Alvin loves to come in. This is Rick from Rick's Rickshaws, by the way. A rickshaw. That's a little foot-powered pedicab, in case you don't know what a rickshaw is. They're big in Asia. But we have an indie rickshaw boutique. It's Rick's Rickshaws. Alvin loves to come in and get a rickshaw every once in a while. He loves, Julio's his favorite driver. Oh, they have a most wonderful relationship. Alvin, yeah, Alvin's his name. Alvin, he likes to take Julio around the park and be like, faster, faster, Julio. And they just have a great time. They love each other. She's like, oh yeah, he passed away. And I'm like, I know. Looking at both the camera work. And I'm like, talk to you soon. And she's like, oh. And I keep doing this for the rest of the day, right? Maybe about 20, 30 more times. And then she calls her daughter Lisa. And she's like, Lisa, all these people are bothering me, blah, blah, blah. And Lisa's like, what? That's crazy. What are they saying? JK, it's me. Where's Alvin? Oh, shit. This set brought to you by Yingling. Yingling. It sure is good. I've been reading a lot about this big animal shelter. It's got like over 700 animals. It's out in LA. Everybody's posting shit about it. It's gonna close soon. They're like, we have 700 animals. You gotta come. You gotta rescue. By the way, you're not rescuing anything, okay? You're just getting a free dog. All right, guys. You didn't like go to Vietnam and like fight off 10 dudes to get in a hut to get this dog, okay? And then have to blow shit up behind you and just walk off slowly with the dog. Being like, don't die on me, dog! That would be rescuing a dog. But I digress yet again. And this place is gonna close, right? Over 700 animals. They're like, everybody come adopt. And all I could think about was, that's gotta be the worst time ever to work at an animal shelter. Because not only are you about to lose your job, but you have to kill hundreds of animals before you can leave. Hundreds of animals. Like, hey, Betty. Oh, man. Really great working with you. Ah, geez. It's been great getting to know you over these past years. Really gonna miss you. But before you go, would you mind shoveling 100 kittens into a furnace? Because why not have fun with it, right? I mean, oh, hey, Gene. Oh, man. God, what can I say? Me and the guys chipped in. We got you this plaque to commemorate your service. 38 years, jeez. Did I say that for the last one? Everybody's doing 38 years. By the way, before you leave today, can you throw this bag of puppies off a building? Hey, Jeff. Where are you going? It's Monkey Day, bro. All right, fine. You can go to lunch. But remember, as soon as you come back from lunch, we got about 15 monkeys to strangle. Strangle cameras. Shit is crazy. Andrea. Why are you packing up that ferret guillotine? I'm gonna give you a minute to imagine a ferret guillotine. You done? Yeah, it's pretty magical, right? Pretty magical. Where are you going with that ferret guillotine? Don't you know that tomorrow is our new annual bi-weekly ferret decapitation jubilee? How are you all not jizzing over that one sentence? Bi-weekly ferret decapitation jubilee, right? Just for good measure, because you gotta make it a party. If you're cutting a shitload of ferrets' heads off, you gotta spruce up the moment a little bit, you know? It can get very grim. I'd like to really quickly just mention the story that Zach told about me earlier. By the way, I've had at least 2 stories told about me tonight. Do not appreciate it, okay? Not cool. But yeah, okay. So when he says this girl was across the street, it's not like he was standing on the corner of the street and she was standing on the other corner, okay? We were in Asheville and we were up a hill a pretty good ways. She was down this hill, across the street, and then up another hill, okay? So when she runs back just for the sole purpose of punching him in the face, she ran almost a half mile. She got some really good momentum going down the hill. Flat ground the street, she was doing great. Ran up the hill, you could tell she wanted it, all right? And Zach was like, hold my cigarette. I'm like, what is that gonna do? You should move. And he stands there and just lets the shit get punched out of him. And he's like, the rest of the night he was like, why don't you take my cigarette, bro? I just want to clear my name. I'm Wayne Cousins. Y'all have a good night. Coming up to the stage. She's hosting the show, yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Give it up for Wayne Cousins, y'all. She ran that far?
Wow.
She ran that far just to punch him in the face? He wanted the story. How are y'all doing? Everybody feeling good? All right, I'm going to do a set, then I'm going to bring your feature up. Are y'all excited? I know, your feature's going to be awesome. He's a badass guy. I love him. So, any relationship people out here, or mostly the people that are here single? Yeah? Single and loving it? No? Y'all didn't even cheer for being single. Y'all are like, yeah, fuck it, we're here. I'm trying to meet somebody. I'm sorry, this is where I brought you to try to meet. Good luck. This is a wily bunch out here. I wouldn't trust them with a steak, much less my heart. I'm just kidding. You can have a steak. I'm in a relationship and I love it. It's great. I have a good relationship. It's really easy. You find somebody who's awesome and then you just keep them. That's just what you do. If somebody likes to eat Pop-Tarts after sex, you know what I'm saying? That's your one. You know you've met them. Like, I like to play games in my relationship. I like to keep it fresh. Like, Like, I spelled I love you in the shower with the hair that she leaves over in the bathtub. And she didn't appreciate that shit. And it was really hard because I had to dig in the drain to make the U. I had to really, like, work at it. And then one time I wrote I love you in the dust in the TV, and she didn't appreciate that either. She was like, if you had time to do that, you had time to dust it. And I was like, well, then how would you know I loved you, bitch? You don't even see what you're talking about here. It's our love, damn it. Thanks, Joe. Love is like something I wish for people, and then it's something that, you can't even like explain to people. Like you just get fat for no reason when you're in love. You're like, why the hell am I so fat? Because you're so happy, you just don't even care anymore. You know what I mean? You're like, baby, that was awesome sex. I'm gonna go get a Twinkie. She already loves you. She's not, she's like, bring me a Twinkie too. I'm like, yes, this is my baby. That's good stuff, man. That's what you need in life. People just need to be more happy. Like Zach says, be more positive. Like, I've even started being positive with, like, my road rage. I'm like, way to drive like an asshole, buddy. Good job. You are really assing it up out there. No one's a bigger asshole than you, guy. The other day, I gave somebody the thumbs up, and he brake checked me. He pulled out of one lane and into another lane to brake check me. I was like, really? For the thumbs up? Worldwide, that is a serious, like, everything's, or A-okay. I should start doing, maybe I should do, okay, you're an asshole. But, I have to be careful because one time I was in heavy traffic, and this stupid-ass guy, he just did something stupid, and he, like, pulled into the lane right beside me, and I was like, God, what a dumbass. And he rolled down the window and leaned out the back window and was like, you're not always such a perfect driver yourself. And I was like, that isn't even hate speech. I didn't even know how to handle that. I was just like, He's like, I have a deaf person in my family. I can read lips. See, I know, damn, y'all. Why does this happen to me? I get the one smart dumbass in the whole world. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, you idiot savant of bad driving dumbasses. You just read my lips in traffic. God. This is my life and what it's become. I'll tell you something else that happened to me on the road not too long ago. I was driving down the road, and sometimes I like to partake of illegal substances. I smoke them out of a pipe. It's very lovely. When you drive, you just, it calms the road rage. Everything's A-okay. But it was dark, and I dropped my bag on the seat, and I was reaching for the bag, and I found it, right? And the weed was a little harder than I thought, but I was like, fuck it. This, I've had it for a little while. So I crumbled it up, and I put it in a bowl, and I go to smoking it, and it was oatmeal cookie, y'all. I was getting high on oatmeal cookie. And I gotta say, it was pretty good. I really wish that somebody could get to work on the oatmeal cookie. You know what I mean? Like, why can't science invent things I need? Like, I need weed that don't smell like weed, because that's how you get in trouble with the popos. Them dumb bastards can smell it. I'm like, well, how do you know what it smells like? You shouldn't be smoking that shit. Why can't they have, like, scentless weed or weed that smells like something good, like cologne or something? You know what I mean? Like, useful shit. Science needs to get to work on useful shit. Like, the computer that does, like, facial recognition. Like, you open it up, and if it ain't fucking me, then you're just like, oh, Pinterest and kittens and things you want to buy your girlfriend, or ideas for mom for Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Please don't bring up the raccoon porn I be watching, because I don't want to talk about the raccoon porn. It's private. It's private. It's just something sometimes I like to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, my computer should have my back. It should be like, hey, Jen, while you're away, I found some new raccoon porn. I updated your Pinterest so your girlfriend wouldn't suspect anything. I got your back, dog. It wouldn't be like Kit or like Ryan Gosling. I think it would be like Snoop Dogg. It'd be like, for shizzle, my hizzle, I got that raccoon to dizzle. Don't worry, your girlfriend can't even see this shit. The thing I don't like that science does is like makes bad things, y'all, like the McRib. That's not natural. If it even is made of animals, it's like the saddest animals in the world. Well, part of this is horse meat from a racehorse that just never won. A little bit of his greyhound that never won. It's part dead unicorn. We've had some for years in the freezer. It's not very good. We ration it off. And I think it's a little bit made of people, too. Yeah, I think McRib is people. I think McRib is Soylent Green. I think McRib is half unfulfilled McDonald's workers. You know, when you go and they just mess up your order, they can't even order with the pictures, you know what I'm saying? They're like, I don't know what a Big Mac looks like compared to a quarter pounder. They just eventually are like, hey, can you come in the back for a minute? I need you to clean out the grease trap. Reach way down in there. Oh, no, I can't get down in there. My hands are too little. Just reach it. Duh! Hey, y'all, guess what? The McRib is back. And that's how it happens. Like, I just think life is so full of weird things. Like, this is No Shave November to bring awareness for colon cancer. Did y'all know that? That's why people aren't shaving? Like, to bring awareness? Like, that's the weirdest shit. Like, people are standing around like, hey, why does all these guys have beards? That's weird. And someone's like, to make you aware of colon cancer. And like somebody's girlfriend's like, oh my God, colon cancer's a thing? Well, now that I'm aware, get in here and let's give you a prostate exam. I've never been more aware in my life. Colon cancer's a thing. Like if you just saw like a group of old ladies with like some real stubbly chin hair, you'd be like, what's up with all that chin hair? Well, they're making you aware that the McRib is part person. Thanks, y'all. That was great. I've been really wanting to work out that McRib joke. Thank you so much. It came to me in a dream, so I'm pretty sure it's true. All right, are you ready to see your feature for this evening? You should be excited. This guy, everybody wants to make fun that he's a serial killer, and I don't think, he's like the world's most lovable serial killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the serial killer I would let sleep over. Like, yeah, he murdered people, but he never murdered me. He's my friend. Please give it up for my boy, the one, the only, Matt Davis, y'all!
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I am amongst local comedians, apparently a future serial killer, based on my Halloween costumes. My intent was scary. I win. Halloween costume contest. You didn't know you were competing in. I just turned 35 on Sunday. Well, thank you. And I decided to celebrate my 35th birthday by drinking like I was 25. Yeah, and there's video on the internet of slaps to my face, slaps on my ass. Yeah, and also wait, everybody, everybody who's standing in the hallway, I think there's enough seats. You guys, just because there's cameras, you can totally sit down. I'm not gonna pick on you. It's okay. You want to stand. Okay, fair enough. Wait, we love you still. So, because of my 35th birthday, I decided to start doing P90X. Because I'm not getting any younger. I decided to start working out, and I fucking hate the guy, Tony, the main guy, the guy that's yelling at you to do these awful fucking exercises that just absolutely suck. And I hate him, and I really hope P90X works so that I can find him and crush him with my beautiful abs when I'm done. Just crush his head. You know who hates it? Who hates it more are my roommates. And not for the reasons you're thinking. Just stick with me for a second. On day one, it's like very aerobic and stuff, and I'm like, when I wear underwear, it's always been boxers since I could pick them out, right? And I immediately like men and women both have very sensitive organs on the outside of their body that are just held up by skin, right? Like, if you're like do jumping jacks naked, a part of you is gonna get sore. Right? Like they were just looked at human beings and they were like, all right. We're gonna take these really critically important organs for the future of the human race, and we're gonna put them on the outside of your body. And we're gonna wrap them in just like a single layer of skin. Oh, don't bump them. Don't bump them on things. Don't accidentally hit them. Like if you're running from a tiger or a mammoth or a person, like mostly people, like don't hit them on things. That's really gonna slow you down. Don't do that. I know what you're thinking. Upper management calls it intelligent design. I think it's a bad idea, but wait, stick it out a couple thousand years and someone will invent underwear. Just suck it up. So I'd make the decision. I'm like, okay, that first day sucked, and I can fix this. And so I go to find myself some undergarments, some supportive undergarments. And I'm in the clothing store in the men's underwear aisle, and it's like briefs and then boxers, and like in the middle there's the boxer briefs. And then at the end, there's the male bikini. The banana hammock. Or as Aaron Ledbetter calls them, nanner hammies. And I'm looking at my choices, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the nanner hammies. They come in 5 different colors. So my roommates come home, and I'm in my room, like loud music is playing. I'm screaming at the television, and every once in a while, when I need more water, I walk out in nanner hammies and this like neon like green shirt that I got for $1 at a thrift store with like this screen print of like a silhouette of a guy slamming a basketball and like 2 like pit bulls with like, and it's got glitter on it, and then at the bottom it says Hoop Dog, like DAWG, and it's like really small, so it's like almost a midriff shirt, and I just roll out like sweaty and angry and yelling, and they're like, man, fuck you. I know your name's on the lease, but Jesus. We got lots of cups. Just fill like 4 of them up and take them into your room. Just pull a sheet over yourself. It's one of those things where like this is the kind of thing that I do. This really is critically the reason why I'm so bad with women, because I think that's funny and great and fun, and they don't at all. And also, I'm dumb. You don't know how many times I would sit at the bar by myself, and then like this beautiful, intelligent woman would come up and talk to me, and then like later my brain would be like, oh yeah, dude, she was totally hitting on you. I'm like, fuck you. What were you doing? Where were you? Where was this realization? Or the other thing that happens to me is I get hit on by the strangest women with the strangest propositions. I'll give you an example. I have a perfect example. At a bar, struck up a conversation with this woman, and she was talking to me about her 18-year-old daughter getting into college, and she was worried that she's joining sororities, and we're talking about this, and in the middle, and like it suddenly shifts, the conversation shifts. She says, hey, have you ever seen Savages? I'm like, no, I haven't seen Savages. She's like, well, it's a movie about these 2 guys and their girlfriend, and they're like in a relationship together. I'm like, okay. And she says, well, that's kind of like me. You see those 2 guys at the bar? I'm like, yeah, those 2 like middle-aged dudes like were giving me really weird looks because I'm talking to you. And I see them. Those are 2 of my 3 boyfriends. I have a girlfriend too. She's the bitch. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of like slowly processing this. And she's like, so, but you're pretty cute. You want to give me your phone number? I can give you like 2 days a week. I think that's all you're gonna need. And like, I'm just sitting there like, I don't know how to, I'm like processing this, and I don't know how to respond. I'm like, savage it. Words. Bathroom. And that's how I ended that, but man. Or like I get in, like there's also other weird things when I'm fortunate enough that someone's like, okay, we'll have sex. I'll give you there's weird things that happen. For instance, I was dating this girl, and we're having sex, In the middle of us having sex, yeah, I totally had a boner too. Totally had a boner. She turns over, she grabs my erection and she puts it into her anus, right into her butt. I'm like, huh, this is totally happening. Like I've kind of tried, and most women are like, nope, not happening. And I'm like, okay, well this is an interesting sensation. It's new to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a little bit dry. Wait, I'm like, we don't have any lube. What am I gonna do? Oh, spit. So I stop and I spit. Right at the moment she turns around to look at me. And she goes, gross. And all I could think at that moment was, you kissed me on the mouth. We never had a discussion. Like, I totally went into this with like an open mind. I wasn't like, no, ew, that is where duty grows. I'm not doing this. No. I went in with an open mind. I'm actually looking out for the future of your asshole. Like the integrity, like you're only gonna get one. As far as I know, medical technology hasn't been innovative enough to they're putting pig assholes on people. You get one, man. And this is the kind of weird shit that I get into, like weird arguments with women that I'm dating. Like I went on a camping trip. We decided, like me and this other separate girl, not the same girl, different girl. We decided to go on a camping trip, and she's like really like she's like kind of like on the internet reading things, and she pulls me aside and she's like, "I'm a little bit worried." I'm like, "Worried about what?" She's like, "I'm getting ready to start my period, and I read that bears can smell when you're on your period." And I was like, "Well, they're bears. I mean, I don't know how there's going to be a lot of bears. I'm pretty sure they're more interested in food. You'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be great." We get out there, and I hear, we're like in the tent sleeping, and I hear this noise on the outside of the tent, like. And I go to look, and there's this bear standing there with like a little gift basket. Hey, I noticed y'all came into my forest. And for the record, it's the voice of the bear is more of like a Southern Baptist woman, not a gay person. Just so we can go ahead. But hey, I noticed y'all came to the forest. I noticed your lady friend's in her. She's being at her time of the month. We just wanted to give you a gift basket. This is just pine cones. Wait, what is this? Well, we just all the forest animals decided to put together something to help her out. Then the bear mauled her to death, and I was. You won the argument. You were right. I was wrong. So, Jenn has a joke about men get all the cool names for genitalia. Women get left out. And I came across a list of different things that okay, to be honest, before I read this, I want to be very clear. Some of these are really pretty cool. Some of them are pretty misogynist, and others are just gross. But I'm doing this for you, Jenn. So do you have something to work with. So we gotta work through these pages together, guys. All right, we're gonna start here. Abyss, bearded clam, beef curtains, birth cannon, black bess, Bluebeard's closet, Boneyard, Bumfiddle, Butterboat, Cabbage Field, Cape Horn, Catcher's Mitt, Cloven Tuft, Cocksocket, Cod Canal, Cooter, Cradle of Filth, Crease, Crotch Cobbler, Dead End Street, Doodle Sack, Eel Skinner, Fancy Bit, Fish Factory, Flaming Lips, Flesh Tuxedo, Flytrap, Foofy Bird, Fun Tunnel, Furback Turtle, Goldfinch's Nest, Goo Pot, Gravy Boat, Grindstone, Gutted Hamster, Harry Manilow, Happy Valley, Heidi Hole, Hoo Ha, Jack Straw's Castle, Knob Gobbler, Lady Jane, Lapland, Lobster Claw, Madge, Magpie's Nest, Manhole, Map of Tasmania, Mark of the Beast, Meat Muffin, Moose Knuckle, Mother of All Souls, Mount Pleasant. Think about that the next time you go camping there. Mustard Tot, Organ Grinder, Pecan Patty, Penis Penitentiary, Periwinkle, Pink Canoe, Punani, Pipe Cleaner, Prick Purse, Quivering Quim, Red-Haired Lass, Rocket Pocket, Rusty Axe Wound, Sackapuntus, Salt Cellar, Sausage Wallet, Scabbard, Silk Igloo, Skunk Guts, Slobbering Bulldog, Smelly Jelly Hole, Snake Charmer, South Pole, Snapper, Sperm Harbor, Split Knish, Stench Trench, Sticky Bun, Sugar Basin, Taffy Puller, Tinkle Flower, Trout Basket, Tuna Taco, Twat Waffle, Underdimple, Vag, Vertical Grimace, Velvet Glove, Weenie Ringer, Whisker Biscuit, Willy Washer, The Wound That Never Heals, Ya, Yeast Cake, Yoni, and Yum Yum. Thanks, guys. And thank you, Internet. So recently because in between sexual partners, I take myself to get checked out a whole 9 yards, because to be safe, and it's a responsible adult thing to do. And, so 1-2 times a year, take my cell phone down, and it's you answer awkward questions about your sexual past and your sexual history, and you're poked and prodded, and one of the worst things, and I don't know what it's like for ladies, but there's a part where they swab your urethra, which is like, have you ever seen like Civil War reenactors when they're like loading the rifle? And they're really rough, and it sucks. That part sucks. And then it gets to the part where they sit you down with somebody with all the papers in front of them, and they're like, "Okay, Mr. Davis, we got your test results. Your test for HIV was." Negative. Fuck you. Or just tell me what I got. You don't have to run through the whole 9 yards, and you're looking at it. You're just fucking with me. This is fun for you. I get it. So lately, I have been having, I constantly have them, what I call a goddamn white people moment. And as a white person, I see it happen a lot. What is a goddamn white person moment? Let me explain. So me and some friends go to this, we go to Smash Burger, like near Rosewood. We go to check it out. We order, it's like a lot of places, you order your food at the register, you get a little placard, you go and sit down, and the person behind the register, in this case it was a white woman, brings you your food, right? So she brings us our food, and she's like, "Hey guys, you need anything, like ketchup, mustard, anything?" And a buddy asked for steak sauce, and she's like, "Well, we don't have any steak sauce, but we do have hot sauce." And he's like, No, thank you." She says, What? You don't like black people things? God damn it, white people. You don't get to accuse someone of racism while being really racist yourself. Like you can't do that. Like that's like a bunch of stereotypical like construction workers standing around like in between catcalls. You know, they're like debating, you know, the glass ceiling and equal pay for same work and God damn it, white people. I went to Ming Koi Ramen House, which is really great if you've never been there. And I go in there and I'm waiting in line, and this white couple comes in behind me, and they're suddenly confused. I'm like, it's ramen. Remember ramen? You can get it for like 99 cents. It's like a $10 version of that. I like it, but that's basically what this place is. It's really good, but it's ramen noodles. It's not very complicated. There's like 7 things on the menu, and they're really confused. And they're like, "Oh my God, I'm really lost." And this is literally what she said. What I hear one of them say, like, "Where are the chicken fingers?" And that wasn't even the worst part. Ahead of me in line was a group of younger people who were cosplaying. And if you don't know, like cosplay, you know, like people who are into comic books or video games or what have you, they dress up as their favorite character and they go to conventions, right? Which, like, let me stop right here and be like, do what you want to do. Be who you are. Be proud of who you are. Be happy with who you are. But they were all like younger white girls, and they go and sit down. And there's like at Minkoi, there is a real Japanese woman behind the counter, right? Like writing things in Japanese. And she's bringing them their food, and I'm like sitting at a table and like kind of watching, and she's talking, and she's like, "Oh, what are you dressed up as?" Because it was like near Halloween, and they look at her dead in the face, and like, "Well, I'm Japanese." God damn it, white people! You're not Japanese. You're dressed up as a character from a fucking cartoon or a comic book. Just say that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or there was in my Facebook feed, there was a girl that I knew from high school, and one of her posts, like apparently she took her kids, she has 2 kids, she took her kids out to a movie and was sitting in the movie, and she was like, a Middle Eastern man came in with a backpack and sat down a couple seats away from us. And I was very afraid. I couldn't relax. I couldn't even enjoy the movie. You know, was this racial profiling? And I was like, yup. Yup. Because, okay, I get it. I don't have kids, but I understand that if you're paying attention to the news, there's a lot of horrible shit that happens, and you know, that makes you afraid for the safety of your kids, the safety of your family. That's fine. But if you're really, really concerned about the number one threat to your kids, it's dudes that look like me. White dudes are the number one threat to the safety of your kids, the safety of your family, the safety of your home. Like crazy, fucked up, well-orchestrated, just off-the-wall shit. White dudes. At least if you're gonna racial profile, pick the right race. Come on. Kick me out of the theater. That dude was probably just like, I'm going back to school. I had just a horrible day. I just want to watch a lighthearted movie and be left alone. And he looked like a racist, and this is bullshit. So, in closing, there was a gas station. I was like, oh wait, before I forget, I'm drinking PBR. I like drinking PBR. Over my birthday, I spent like over $100 buying shots for people, which I don't normally do, and buying drinks for people. And I was out with a friend, and I said, hey man, you want a beer? You want a PBR? And he goes, PBR? PBR tastes like daddy's kisses. Is that a no? I don't know how good of a kisser your dad is. So you want a PBR? So I went to this gas station on the regular. Like there was one place on the way to work I'd always stop at and go in. She had the same schedule as me. She was behind the counter every time I went in. And at the time, I was trying to do like a workout regimen, and I was like biking to work. So I looked like a crazy, sweaty, like homeless dude, like biking around. And one day she stops me and she says, "Hey, have you ever seen Tyler Perry's The Family That Prays?" Yeah, every time someone like stops me like mid-action and asks me if they've seen a movie, I'm like, "Oh, go on. Can I write this down? Can I set a recorder out?" And so she says, "Well, it's a really great movie. You should totally watch it. But there's a character in it. It's about this family that owns a restaurant, and they're struggling. And there's this homeless man that always comes in, but it turns out he used to be, an accountant or like stock person." I'm like, "Okay." And then as she's like, I kind of like stop listening because all I can think of at that moment is, okay, do I look like a homeless person or a famous actor? And I go home after work and, I'm like, I'm gonna figure out who the fuck this person is. Who does she think I look like so much? Turns out it was an actor by the name of Sebastian Siegel. Yeah, I didn't know who the fuck Sebastian Siegel was either. Seriously, this is Sebastian Siegel. Okay, now look at him. Now look at me. I can totally see all of you. You haven't stopped looking at him. All right? But seriously, I'm looking at this. I'm like, and this also, this was like, I photoshopped this together, took it to FedEx office, and had this poster made. Can you, this was the most, awkward, weird thing to walk out with. Like, the lady hands it to me after I paid for it. She's like, "Do I need to pull this out for everyone, or I can just look in the bag?" I'm like, "I'll just look in the bag." But, okay. I can maybe see what she's, maybe see what she's going for here. Let's, hang on. Wait. Closer? Maybe? No? Closer? No, not all the way there. Are we there yet? Maybe. Same color, manner, hammy. I thought I had. But this is just evidence. This is evidence. All white people really do look the same. Thank you guys, you've been great.
I did not see that coming. That was shocking. Ladies, does that happen often? I don't know. I never see things like that. Y'all tell me. Wow. If you don't get laid tonight, it's a damn shame. I mean, go buy Matt Davis a shot for that fabulous display. Please give it up for Matt Davis, the serial killer Sebastian Siegel of the comic scene of Columbia. I want to thank all the comics who came out tonight. I want to thank Joe Coughlin. I want to thank Wayne Cousins. I want to thank Zach Kennedy. And I want to thank the lovely Miss Ron Aaron Ledbetter. And I want to thank all of you. Thanks for supporting Columbia Comedy, and thanks for supporting your friends. This is what it's all about, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, let's go get Irish drunk with Joe at the bar. They got alcohol now, y'all. Woo!